So gather something to lift up your heart. We're going to start on our backs like we do, just that offering of the heart to the universe, whatever prayers, whatever's in there. This is our time, right? So I have my rolled up towel and I have a block for my head. So come on down, give yourself some space. I'm going to bring my soles of my feet together just to open up my hips, because this is a hips and hammies 20-minute practice, but we're going to turn it into a 60-minute. So I will cue you at the end of 20 minutes. So if you need to leave, just shut the device off and spend a few moments in Shavasana with yourself and your breath. But we'll continue on with the flow for 60 minutes. So as you come down, whatever position, feet wide, knees together, soles together, whatever you need, hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. And with this lift in your heart, take a moment, notice your shoulders. Physically, notice your shoulders and just let them, there's a lot of space for them to squeeze the shoulder blades underneath the chest and let the shoulder tips fall down. The block on any level so that your chin is not pointing up into the ceiling. It's kind of tucked in so you have some room in the back of the neck. As you feel the breath move through the body, through the palms, let's set a group intention here. This is a big weekend. It's Father's Day. It's all my girls here, Sherry being one, leaving for Greece for a yoga retreat. I'm going to celebrate my mom's 90th. Take a breath. Let it all sink in. And then as you release the breath flow, just send it out to the universe. It touches every single one of us. So whatever the intention, whatever the weekend, whatever the celebration of just life, breathe it in through the nose, deep. And then all of us just sigh it out. It's there for us all. And I said it earlier, it's a cliche, I guess. We all hear it. It's not a workout, yoga. It's a work in. This is our time with ourselves to explore, to celebrate, sometimes to suffer, but it's our time. So you take what you need and know this. This 60-minute practice is my favorite routine, my favorite sequence to do. So I share it with you with love and gratitude. Full deep breath in. Slow breath out. If you are in butterfly pose, use your hands, bring the knees together at center. If you're in constructive rest, just heel toe the feet in so the knees come together, drop over to one side, and remove whatever you're using underneath you. Come down to the full support of Mother Earth, your mat, your practice. Take a big stretch, fingers to the toes. And feel it in the shoulders, feel it. Maybe you did abs with me yesterday. Maybe you feel it into the whole torso. Maybe you did on Tuesday's practice, the psoas. Just stretch and notice what you notice. And then draw everything into your heart center. Knees come in, wrap your arms around, give yourself a hug, and just rock side to side. Just like you would hug in a child. Give yourself all the love and nourishment that you would give that child, because you deserve it. And then let's plant the feet like we're coming into a bridge position, but we're not. Just bend the knees, plant the feet, parallel hip distance apart, and draw the right knee into the chest. And just notice here, just beginning to open up through the hips. Maybe you send the left leg long. Maybe you hover that left leg like an inch or two off of the mat. It's not necessary. Drop the heel. If you drop the heel, press the heel away so that you get all that activation into the left leg. If it's there for you, hover it. So begin to draw in the core, draw in the belly, make sure the spine is supported. And as you draw the right knee into the chest, can you lift the chest and shoulders up? And almost like you could kiss the knee, draw in the body. And then relax everything down with the in-breath and switch sides. So again, the knee can hover. You can drop that right heel wherever you are. Maybe you pick up and squeeze in so that the shoulders and the head come off the mat. And just take about 3 each side. Wake up the core. Bring some movement into the hips. That's our focus today, is hips and hammies. Flex through the feet, spread the toes. As you interlace around the shins, this is for my barb. I always think about this now. Pay attention to the interlace and spread the fingers and the joints of the hand. A couple more times. And then lay everything down. Bring the feet down, feet wide on your mat. And let's just windshield wiper here. Just as you drop one knee, internally rotating through one hip, feel the stretch through the quad. And as you drop over to the other, notice here the hip, the quad as the knee drops. Just notice sensation and feel what you feel. Walk the feet back into center and draw the right knee back into the chest. Squeeze it into the side body here, to the outside of the ribs towards that right shoulder, and lift the left leg to the ceiling. So it doesn't have to come straight. Just keep it right over the hip point so that you drop that femur right into the hip joint here. Squeeze the right knee in, but look over at those left toes, spread them wide, and then draw them in, and spread them wide again, and draw them in. So just move into your toe joints here. Maybe you take that big toe out towards your face as you draw the other toes away. Just play with the foot, circle through the ankle, and point and flex. Bring some movement here. Any of those options. And as you soften those shoulders down, and you soften your face, and you soften your belly, and draw it in underneath the ribs, flex that left foot, and as slow as you can. Slow, slow, slow. Draw that leg down towards your mat. No hurry here. I want you to feel as it comes about halfway, the quads have to engage. The hip flexor has to engage. And all of a sudden, oh my God, there's my belly. And then the heel drops. And we press the heel away and we bring strength into that left leg. Drawing the right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Again, re-soften. Squeeze your shoulder blades underneath your chest here. No work in the upper body. And then interlace behind that right hamstring and raise the right leg to the ceiling. Again, if you'll notice me, my leg's bent. This is early. It's early here. It's not Florida time. Anyway, it's not West Coast either. They're even earlier. Draw the thigh in towards the chest. And then let it go back to that neutral position right over the hip joint. And then draw it in again. So just take a couple sweeps. just to begin to warm up through the glutes, the hip, and the hamstring. And the next time you draw that thigh in, maybe you walk your hands just to the calf. Keep the knee bent if you need to. It doesn't matter. Draw it in. Deepen the stretch, deepen your breath. And then bend into that right knee, and maybe you reach for the outside of the right foot and find that half happy baby. So draw that knee down towards your outer ribs. Soften those shoulders. I can see your faces here. So let's see a little bit of a relaxing through the jaw, relaxing through the eyes. Draw it down and just breathe. And then take a nice little bend into that left knee, plant the left foot, and let's just draw the right ankle across to the thigh. Just take a figure 4. We're not going anywhere. And again, I like to encourage you not to use your hands. Use your mind to talk to your body, to send that knee away from you towards the back of your mat. And as you do that, notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. Open up that hip. Without the use of hands, I had Jill in my class who has broken lots of pins in her wrist on Tuesday. We did a no hands from here. And Sherry, give her a big hug for me when you see her increase. Draw those hips. Shin comes into the chest. No hands, Mom. Feet are flexed. Everything comes in. The belly is in. The spine is nice and long on the mat. We're not forcing. We're not pulling. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more breath here. And then slowly we'll return the left foot to the mat. We'll take that whole leg stretcher right over to the right. Just for a little stretch here, to the outside from the hip to the left knee. Use the weight of the right ankle to draw that left knee down. And slide that left foot down towards the bottom of your mat if you need more space. And then if you want a 2 for 1, because this normally is a 20-minute class, extend the left arm overhead. Stretch, hip, shoulder, shoulder, fingers, hips to knee. Enjoy 2 breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. One more, draw it in and let it go slow. Arms come down beside the body, your cactus, whatever you're using. Draw your core in so you can pick up the knees back to center, unravel, bring yourself into a nice hug. Again, with this hug, as you hug the shins in close, let that tailbone round up with you. So again, you feel a little bit of a stretch here through the very, very low back. And then we'll switch sides. We're going to hold that left knee in, extend the right leg up. Any amount of bend into the knee. Heel goes towards the ceiling, toes come towards your face. Take a moment here. Soften the shoulders and the jaw again. Point and flex, bring some movement into the right ankle. All the joints of the toes again. See, play with that big toe. See if you can get that big toe way out to the side and the little toe. Just make it kind of fun. And as you point and flex, notice the top of the foot, notice the ankle, the Achilles, and then take a twirl, 1 or 2 around the ankle. Take a nice deep breath in, recheck the whole upper body. No wasted effort here, right? Everything's soft. Flex the foot, nice and slow. Right leg descends as slow as you can go. And as your foot comes down slowly. Notice what has to happen in your whole body to allow the weight of that leg to come down to the mat. The quad, the psoas, the hips, the belly. When that heel hits the mat, press it into your mat and away. So engage that whole right leg. Take a full breath and come over to the left hip here. Hug it back in. Take a little rock, maybe side to side. And then let's interlace behind the left hamstring. And as slow as you can, it's early. Do not make this, like a too fast. Heel goes towards the ceiling. My left side's tighter, so I have more of a bend, and that's fine. I want to come to the point of sensation. I do not want to overstretch this. And then draw the thigh into the chest. And release that thigh so it comes back to neutral, sinks into the hip, and then bring it back. So for some of us, sometimes stillness is better, so you can hug it in and just breathe there. For some of us, coaxing that muscle back and forth. So you choose, it's your practice. Begin to open up the left hip, hamstring. And then wherever you are, when you take that nice deep breath in, draw the thigh in close and walk the hands maybe to the calf. No tension in the shoulders. A nice stretch maybe, but no tension. Let those shoulders drop back. And then bend into that left knee. So we begin to find that half happy baby on this side, that half squat. So maybe the hand comes to the blade edge of the foot. Maybe you just wrap that forearm around the knee crease and draw it down. Wherever you are, I want you to notice your breath. I want you to relax any place that you feel any tightness or clenching that you're holding. And draw a full deep breath in. And as you exhale slowly, let it all melt down into your mat. Big breath in. And slow breath out. Take a bend into that right knee and plant the right foot by the sit bone. Draw the left ankle across the body to rest on the right thigh. Flex through that left foot. And again, without the use of hands here, we do this all the time. You've all practiced with me. Tell your mind, travel through your body, send that knee, left knee away towards the bottom of your mat. Just begin to open up that whole left hip from the front, wrapping around the side to the back. The foot is flexed. Upper body at rest. Draw in the belly, and when you're ready, use your core now. Pick up the whole leg structure without hands. Bring it in. Both feet flexed. Soften where you can soften. And then just notice, where do I feel this? And what can I do to make it feel better or to just ease into the pose? Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Plant the right foot nice and easy back on the mat. Draw the belly in. Let the legs fall left. Left ankle riding outside of the right thigh. Slide that right foot down if you need more space so you can draw the knees closer to the mat. Take a breath. And maybe here, that 2 for 1, right arm extends overhead on the back of the hand. Reach through the fingers. Get long, knee, hip, hip, ribs, ribs, shoulder, shoulder, fingers. Reach. Take the full breath in. And as you exhale, soften everything down. Release the right arm back into your cactus or your tea or wherever you had your arms. Take a breath. And then as you're ready, use your core. Draw the knees back up. Release that left ankle. Draw the knees into the chest. Again, roll the tailbone with you. Then flatten out the spine. Bring your hands to the top of the knees lightly. Send the knees right and left. So big wide angle here. Open up the whole inner thighs. Hold here. Slide your hands down the shins, maybe to your ankles, and see if you could like a floating cobbler pose here. Just draw the feet in. Use the elbows to press the inner thighs away. So if you're practicing from Malasana, squat pose, settle into here. Feel the space you're creating and then settle. Let the body rest there. Big breath. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to find full happy baby here. So if your hands are on the outside of the foot, just raise the soles of the feet to the ceiling. If again, using the forearms, clasping wrists and dragging the forearms towards your chest with your knees, find that option. Wherever you are, find your happy baby. And just like a happy baby, put a smile on your face, right? And then begin to rock. Because that happy baby, this is how they learn how to turn over, right? So as they rock side to side, and my little, what is he going to be? My grandnephew is now 1 week old. So as you're rocking side to side, we're just going to rock over towards that left outer thigh. Let the whole body, yeah, we're going all the way over to the side body. The feet are still in happy baby pose. Use your core now, bring it back up to center. Momentum helps. Take it to the right. So the outer right thigh comes down to the floor. Big inhale, we pull it back up to center. So you take a couple sweeps here. This isn't easy, but take the legs all the way over and back. It's easier than past the block. And it's easier than eagle crunch. One more time this side. And then for those of you who are here just for the 20-minute practice, we'll be leaving you here. So as we all come back, full happy baby here, draw the knees down towards the outer ribs. Take a big breath in. Bring the soles of the feet together above your head. And then let those heels begin to come down towards the hips. We're going to release the hands. Bring the hands to cactus here and let the feet fall blade edge of the foot to the mat. Big breath in. With your arms in cactus, goalpost if you're not used to cactus. Open the chest. Sink into the hips, maybe a little bit of a tilt into the pelvis here. We're going to take 3 breaths. And if your practice today ends here, please pause your device. Spend the next few moments in a shavasana with yourself. In honor of our fathers, in honor of all of our blessings that are about to be bestowed on us this week. Let's all take a collective breath in the nose, sigh it out the mouth. One more breath. And bring the arms, just sweep them slowly down towards the hips, to the outer thighs. Bring the knees together. Roll to one side. And we'll make our way to tabletop all fours. So as you come to all fours, stack your joints, spread your fingers wide, draw that belly, mula bandha here, bring it in and up. Look between your knees. You can't see your feet, right? They're directly behind the knees. Everything is stacked. Draw the breath in as you lift the heart and the tailbone, belly drops. And then round it all in, tailbone, chin comes in, find the space between the shoulder blades. And inhaling fully, expand through the belly, arch the spine. 2 more on your own. And the next 2 movements, as we come back to that neutral table, I want you to find, sway the hips, circle the torso, find your movement that feels good in your body. Just explore little areas that, oh, I didn't know that was there, and I didn't know that was there. Just see if you can use the breath. And as I said at the beginning, maybe we weren't recording then, but this is my most favorite practice. So everybody asks me, what do you like to do? Sink the hips back just for a moment, as far back as you can, and extend the fingers forward. And begin to feel from the tailbone through each of the vertebrae. Use your breath to make space here. Let the shoulders, the soft tissue under the arms fall. Let those fingers inch forward so we begin to open up through the shoulders. Draw the breath into the whole back body, outer ribs, the back of the lungs. Take a full breath. And as you release the breath, release the body, release the mind, release everything to the mat here. This is our practice. Full breath in. Slow breath out. And with our in-breath, we're going to draw ourselves back, round the spine up, and back to your table. So belly draws in. We have a park-like spine, so there's no sway, there's no sag, there's no rounding. Nice straight spine. With the hands, fingers spread wide, send that right foot back behind you to rest on the ball of the foot. As you arrive here, draw the belly in again. Get nice and tight in your core. Send the heel away. As you send the heel away, notice what you notice. What's opening up here? The calf, the Achilles. Take a breath and then roll up onto the tippy toes. And then send the heel back. So move with your breath. Come up onto the toes. And then slide that heel back behind you. Move slow with intention. Move slow with breath. Next time the heel is back, hold it there, please. Press it as far back just to begin to feel some length in the calf, not overdoing it. Deep breath. And then as you roll back onto the ball of the foot, flip over onto the top of the foot and press down lightly into the top of your foot. So nice stretch here through the front of the ankle, the top of the foot. And then roll back over the toes. And if you do a vinyasa practice, this is a great prep because we roll over our toes from up dog back to down dog. So take a couple sweeps here, whatever you need. And it is a hips and hammies class, but I want you all of a sudden to notice your wrists, because as you come forward, you're beginning to stretch the inner wrist. So again, notice where you feel this. Next time the heel is back, press it back again, and then rotate that heel down. So the foot comes down flat onto the mat. Swivel the left shin off the mat to the side. Left hand comes right underneath the face. You press into that left palm and open yourself up to the right. Beautiful. I'm watching every one of these. Fingers reach towards the ceiling, press down through the palms, open up through the chest. Where's your breath? Take a nice, big, deep breath. And as you exhale the breath, maybe we extend that arm overhead, bicep by the ear, and we become this nice long line from the fingers to the heel. Press down into the heel, reach to the fingers, send that top elbow back. Take a full breath, big breath in, and let it go. Hand re-extends back to the ceiling as we stack through the shoulders, and then we're going to take that half bind. So bend into the top elbow, bring the hand behind the body. Back of the hand rests at the sacrum, or maybe we slide it over towards the opposite waist, and then use that to open up the chest just a little bit more. So option to stay right here. This is huge, right? Breathe into it. Or if you want to test some balance, maybe we float the right leg out directly from the hip. We press through that heel for stability. Foot is flexed. Take a breath. Option to go a little deeper, and it's just an option. Bend into that top leg. Reach back for the the inner edge of your big toe. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. Big opening through the chest. Wherever you are, my friends, use your breath. Big breath in, slow breath out. As we release, we're going to come back the same way you went in. So if you have the foot, release the foot. If you have the bind, release the bind. Arm re-extends up to the ceiling, heel presses down. Take a little circle with that arm. Let's just work into the shoulder here, big circle. Down towards the hip, up towards the head, up towards the heavens, and around. Take it the opposite way. Slow as you can. Feel into your shoulders. And then bring it all back to your table. Restack, spread the fingers. Enjoy a couple cat-cows here. Wash out the spine. Press into the palms as you round. And again, with breath, chest lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, we round the shoulder blades, breathe into the back of the heart. And then come back to that neutral table. You stay where you are. I'm just going to flip around so that the camera's got this side. Good. And from here, extend the left leg back behind you. Rest on the ball of the foot. Good. So as you press the heel away, number one, before we even go there, tuck that belly in. Spine is nice and straight, no sag. We're not sagging down. The shoulders press into those palms. Everything active in the top body. Then send the heel away. And as you send the heel away, begin to lengthen through the calf, the ankle, the Achilles. Then bring in some movement with breath. So come up onto the tippy toes. Send the heel away. Up onto the tippies. Send the heel away. Mindful movements. Every time you make a movement, I want you to say, what do I feel? How do I feel it? Next time the heel is back, pause there. Draw that belly in, press through the palms. Begin to lengthen through the calf, the ankle, the Achilles. Big breath in. And as you exhale the breath, bring the toes to the tippies and flip the left foot over onto the top of the foot. So we just press lightly. This is a big move. Opening up the front of the ankle. How many times in the day can you stretch that front of the ankle and the top of the foot like this? We don't. So just pause here and breathe. And as you're ready, just come back over and just take that movement now. Just rinse it out. Toes, heels. Toes and heels. Breath is flowing. Next time the heel is back, pause there. Here, we're going to go into that modified side plank. So drop that heel down towards the mat. That is, you press into the heel. Swivel the right shin now off the mat to the side. Right hand comes right underneath the face. Open up here to the left. So bring the chest open. Let the arm flow towards the ceiling. Stack through the shoulders. Open up here. Press through that bottom palm. Reach through those top fingers. Maybe the gaze is up. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's down. Maybe it's towards your device. Who knows? Breathe. Big breath. Maybe with that breath, we begin to extend that arm overhead, reaching from the fingers to the heel. Bicep by the ear. Big side stretch. Take the breath. And then re-extend the arm back to the ceiling. Again, press through the bottom palm, reach through the fingers, and then bend that elbow. Take that half bind. Wherever serves you, press the back of the hand into the body. Bring those hips in line. We want the hips, knees, and heel kind of like in one line here. Bring it all in. Big breath. Now your choice. You just stay right here and breathe. Or maybe you lift the left leg straight out of the hip. Press through that heel. So a little bit of balance, a lot of core work here, right? So breathe, breathe, breathe. And then maybe bend into that top knee and reach back for the foot and let that foot press into the hand to open the chest, the heart a little deeper. Breath is your key. Notice your breath. Big breath in. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. Open up the shoulders. And then wherever you are, we're going to come out the same way. So if you've got the foot, release gently. Send it back. Arm re-extends to the ceiling as we reach fingertips to fingertips. And then circle 3 times. Big circles, nice and slow through the shoulder here. Forward, up, back towards the hip. Notice your breath. And as you finish the last one, we will return to tabletop. Stacking the joints. Deep breath in, belly flows in towards the spine. Lift the tailbone, lift the heart. Exhale, round it all in. Tuck the chin, find length in the neck. 2 more. Whatever feels good in your spine, any movement. And then come back. Neutral table. Neutral table, belly in. Walk the hands about a handprint in front of you. So just a little bit. And then shift the hips slightly forward. So you're coming into like a knee plank. So again, we want the shoulders over the wrists. Nice slope from the knees to the shoulders. Draw the belly in. Just for a moment here, lift the feet up. Take a little circle through those ankles. Sherry's going, what are we doing here? Point and flex. Just bring some movement into the ankles. Good. Because that's going to feel good compared to what we're about to do. And then drop the balls of the feet back down. Draw the belly in. Press into your palms here and look a little straight ahead. And keeping those elbows in, take a deep breath in, belly draws in. We're going to come down halfway. Nice and easy. And with your breath out, you're going to press into the palms and come back up. So we're going to take 6. That was 1. So elbows in, belly in. Lower down halfway and then press up on your own. No one's watching. Notice your breath. Last one, press up. As you press up, sink the hips back towards the heels. Knees together now, not away. Let's keep knees together, hips to heels. Walk the fingertips forward. So we're rounding through the spine now. This is a stretch from the tailbone for the low back and the mid back. And as you inch the fingers forward, a stretch through the shoulders, shoulder blades, and the arms. Full breath in. And then join me, flip the palms over. Draw the thumb into the center of the palms and surround it with the other 4 fingers. So the whole body now is at rest. Without moving any part of the body, bring your focus to your wrist and draw those knuckles in towards the inner wrist. And then relax them down, back of the hand to the mat. Again, deep breath in, draw those knuckles towards you, and release back down. Next time you have those knuckles up towards you, maybe circle them out to the sides, down and around. So you bring the knuckles together like a fist bump. Like if we were doing our prayer, we've all done this before where we have our prayer and we circle through the wrist. This is with your knuckles here. So fist bump and circle. Like you were pouring water out to the side. Just feel into the wrist. And reverse whatever movement you're doing, take it the opposite way. And then return the palms to the mat, spread the fingers wide. And then nice and slow, drag the palms as slow as you can out to the side body, down towards your feet. Flip over onto the back of the hand. Let the hands maybe cup around the heels. So you begin to form this nice circle. Your energy from the hands to the feet, circling out to the elbows, through the chest and the heart. Let the shoulders melt. Let the spine round and relax on top of the thighs. Let the elbows just fall to the side. Couple breaths. Maybe you massage the third eye center. Wherever you are, I'd like you to let the body just totally relax. And in your mind's eye, I want you to imprint this, because there are times we need to come to a child's pose and just be with our breath. So remember this. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Release the feet or the heels if you have them. Bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers and press your way up. Just the torso. Tuck the toes under. Yeah, we're going to have to do intensive toe just for a second. So options here. Toes are tucked, even the little pinky. You probably can't see mine. Okay, so the hands can stay down so you don't bear the full weight of the body on the toes. Maybe you walk the hands to the thighs. A little bit more weight, you decide. This is your practice. You would decide the intensity. Maybe here, as you relax with the breath, you bring the hands to prayer. You soften the shoulders and you close down the eyes and you breathe through the intensity. And if there's ever a practice where you take it off the mat, this is it. Breathe through intense times. One more breath in. A slow breath out. Bring the hands down to the mat if they're not already there. Untuck the toes and just give them a little paddle out. We're going to take a counter stretch here. So depending on the health of your ankles, if you've had any injuries, I would ask you to bypass this and just flatten the feet and come down to sit. But as you come down to sit, maybe we walk our fingertips back behind us, behind our body. We press into the fingertips and we lift the chest. So again, our 3 for 1 here. We're getting a shoulder opening, we're getting a chest opening. Maybe you raise the right knee. And as you raise the right knee from the toenails through the top of the foot, the top of the ankle, feel the stretch. Exhale, release that leg down. Maybe you lift the left. Again, same stretch, different side of the body, could feel totally different. Breathe in, press into those fingertips, lift the chest, open up through the shoulders, and then release down. And if you're with me here, maybe both come up. It's not necessary. Keep the chest expanding, keep the shoulders opening. And if you want to take it further, you walk the fingers back towards the side body. Maybe a hand rests on one thigh or the other. Maybe you close down the eyes. Maybe you bring again the hands to heart. And you pause and you say, I've got this. Deep breath in and slow breath out. Release gently, knees down to the mat, hands down to the mat. Retuck the toes. We're going to find a forward fold at the back of the mat. So press into your hands, lift your hips. Send the feet maybe hip distance, or you can keep them together. Knees can be bent, belly resting on the thighs, the head and the arms dangle. So nothing to hold up here. The feet supported by Mother Earth, the belly supported by your thighs. Let the whole body hang. Lift the hips maybe a little higher. You're supported here. And just begin to breathe into the natural traction of the spine. Full breath in and slow breath out. One more inhale. And exhale, let it all go. You can make some swaying movements now, maybe side to side. Again, anything that feels good in your body. And then we'll draw back to center. We're going to bend the knees deeply and we're going to press into the feet. And just like a rag doll, we're just going to roll ourselves up to stand. Good. And as you come up to stand, I'm going to adjust my camera, but I want you to bring those shoulders up to your ears and down onto your back body. And I want you to roll the shoulders now 2 or 3 times, one direction and the other. Don't let me make you dizzy by changing the camera angle. Good. So up, squeeze them up towards the ears and then squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back like you could squeeze a ball, and then down. And then reverse that. So bring it up. And then this time as you squeeze, you're opening up the back and then you're dropping. So up by the ears, forward to find space in the scapula and then back. Last time. Arms beside the body. Big inhale. Let's lift the arms up to the ceiling. Reach up. Maybe the gaze goes up. Maybe there's a back bend here. Maybe not. Come back up. Right hand's going to reach for the left wrist. Take that left arm as high as you can. Then drop it over to the right. So nice lateral bend here. Elbows back. Chest is lifted. Heart reaching forward. Inhale back to center. Switch it up. Send that right fingertips to the ceiling and take it over. And inhale back to center. Switch again. Lifting hips, take it over. Now we're going to deepen this. So elbows back, release the wrists, cup the elbows. Head goes back into the box and then let the weight of the elbows deepen the stretch. Keep a micro bend into the knees. Find your breath. Big breath in. Slow breath out. On your next inhale, rise up, reach, 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 extend. Left hand reaches for the right wrist, right fingertips towards the ceiling. Find the length, take it over to the left. Big breath. Release the wrists, cup the elbows, put the head back into the safety of the box and let the weight of the elbows now draw you down. Chest lifts, elbows, we're not collapsing down, lift it up. And then when you're ready for the in-breath, send it back up, reach up nice and tall. Take the arms slowly down to the side body, interlace behind the back. If you can't interlace, hold on to your forearms, right? Wherever you are, squeeze those shoulder blades in, send the arms away from the body, and then head and chest are going to stay up. We're going to forward fold. Bend deeply into your knees and begin just like here's your half lift. The spine is still nice and long, and then drop the head. Crown of the head comes down towards your mat. The knuckles go up towards the ceiling first to open up through the shoulder joint, then let them fall wherever they want to fall over the head. Big breath in here. And slow breath out. Again, raise the knuckles or the elbows, whatever you're holding on to, towards the ceiling. Open up through the shoulders, then let it fall over your head. Let it go. And just like we came into it, press into your feet, bend your knees down, belly rests on the thighs. The hands start to come down towards the hips. The spine is nice and straight as we begin to rise up. Send the fists, the arms away from you, open up your chest. And then nice and slow, Tadasana. Arms beside the body. Shoulders soft, belly in. Close down the eyes. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your head. So much to be grateful for. What's your gratitude practice today? Who's in your heart? Who's in your mind? Whatever you do this weekend, my friends, just enjoy every bit. I'll see you Tuesday.